What's going on, guys? It's Triple G here, back with another Borderlands 3 video, and today I'm going to show you just how to make those tough decisions about what to keep and what to delete when you have a full bank or there's a level cap increase like we are having. So we are going to be going up to level 65, so I'm going to show you just how to make those decisions. If you enjoy this video, please consider subscribing to the channel or join us over on Twitch, and let's get straight into it. So first things first, let's get rid of me, so because I am in the way. So let's talk about the process that I do when it comes to deleting things from the vault and deleting things from my inventory. So there are some exceptions to this process that I do, but the process is relatively simple. So the first thing to know, obviously, is our weapons are level 60, and most of our gear is level 60. Now, I'm going to be completely honest with you. This is the process that I do. It seems pretty harsh on the face of it, but actually, guys, if you play the game as much as I do, you need to keep clearing out as harshly as this. Otherwise, you will just let it get it on top of you. So the first thing I will do is, as I'm in Sanctuary, I will go to a place where I basically want to just delete my items. So I will drop pretty much everything bar the 4 weapons that I have on me and the 4 artifacts. Now, the only time that this is an exception is if I'm carrying an artifact that is truly god roll, or I have, for example, if I wasn't using the pearl for some reason, I would never delete my pearl. But in terms of other items, as you can see, I'm just going through and just ditching a load of stuff. Now, if there are certain things like really good class mods that are just level 60, I'm basically going to keep these items here. Apart from that one's going. This minesweeper can stay because that's got heavy weapon damage and splash damage. So I get myself into a position where I'm going to be deleting quite a few items. So these are level 57 here. The lunacy I will keep because it came from DLC 2. This cut purse deathless level 57 is going to go. So the reason I'm keeping this white elephant is just because the area of effect damage and heavy weapon damage on the artifact, and I'll keep the lunacy. So I'm in a position now where I know I've got 6 in my backpack that I want to keep, and I'm in a position where these 4 items on the left hand side, I will use these items to level up, right? That's the only reason I'm keeping them. I need items to get me to the new level cap of 65, right? So I've kept the 4 items. So I've got myself a shield grenade and comp, and I've got 4 items that I could take any content in the game on, and I'd be able to complete them to get me to level 65 so that I can get access to the new weapons. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to favorite these 6 items so that I know that these 6 items are stuff that I'm going to keep. Now, for example, what I could also do to make this more efficient is I'm going to drop a separate pile here. This is the pile that I'm going to re-pick up once I've finished. So this pile here, I'm going to re-pick up once I'm done. And this pile is the trash pile. And then all I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into my vault. Now, as I said earlier, there are a few exceptions to this process. But essentially what I'm going to do with my weapons now is I am going to delete pretty much everything that's level 60 and particularly level 57. Now, we're going up 5 levels on this new level cap. So 5 levels is a massive distance in damage. So weapon-wise, you're going to replace pretty much everything. The exceptions to this rule may be the OPQ or the yellow cake or the wedding invitation. At present, you can't get these weapons again, so it's worth probably keeping hold of them for their value. You never know what gets added into the game. There might be a way in the future for us to level those up. But as of today, I'm literally going to spam all of these because I'm going to replace. There is nothing at level 60 that once I'm at level 65 that I will not replace. And then essentially I will go over to my trash pile, and then because I have nothing in my inventory because I put a safe pile to the left, I will just delete. This works on console and on PC, guys. It's really obviously simple to follow. I'm just being completely brutal. And be honest with yourself, you might have an absolute god roll KO zone, but if you haven't used it in the last month, and ask yourself, are you going to use it if it's level 60 and the weapons that you are dropping are level 65? So you just kind of need to be brutally honest with yourself. And I've already created 46 spaces in my bank. Now I would expect my bank to be sitting at about maybe 100 or so, and there's a reason for that. So I've showed you what I do with my weapons. Completely, absolutely brutal when it comes to weapons. So there are some exceptions. So if we go down to where our artifacts are, artifacts and class mods are the two exceptions where you need to make decisions and not just mass delete. So artifacts can be very, very difficult to get right because you have a suffix, a prefix, and 3 passives to go on top of that as well. So it's much, much harder to get an absolute god roll artifact, and a god roll artifact can stay with you for 10 levels. Whereas, you know, weapons, you need that damage. So for artifacts, I will go through an individual basis and as well as comms. So for example, there are some items like this Spark Plug Launchpad has some really nice passives, area of effect, regenerate health, and grenade damage. But if I'm brutally honest, I won't use it. If I'm brutally honest, I won't use it. So it goes. Atom Bomb, Victory Rush, it will go. So you've got to go through these, and some of them I pick up. So this one is a really good example. So it's a Caustic Coast Victory Rush. This Victory Rush has action skill cooldown rate, trial damage, and heavy weapon damage. So it was a valid reason for me to pick this up. But the decision I'm going to make on this is that it's level 57, and the prefix of the Caustic Coast is something that I won't use. It will go. And you need to have these tough decisions with yourself when you're going through the vault. The same with, for example, this Minesweeper. I have a decent Minesweeper already saved. Splash damage, magazine size, and grenade damage is good, but I'm being brutally honest, it's level 57, it's going to go. This Sapper just has weapon damage, it's going to go. This Bloodletter has weapon damage, splash damage, and +3, so that's good, but I already have a Bloodletter that's decent. I only need one comm of each, really, with weapon damage and another maybe weapon damage roll on it for me to get by, to get to level 65 to re-roll. We're going up 5 levels, so these percentage increases on comms and artifacts should go up a significant amount for you to re-farm. Now, some other exceptions I want to talk about are cloning maddening trackers. I'm always going to keep, particularly for Moas. I'm always going to keep those until I get a replacement cloning maddening tracker. I'm never going to get rid of those. Shields, however, shield capacity, I will pretty much purge pretty much every single shield, apart from some exceptions. Like I'll probably keep a couple of transformers and maybe a frozen heart, which works really well on Zane, etc. So I will purge pretty much everything. By the end of this process, I will have got my vault down to 100. So the kind of TLDR on this is, be brutally honest with yourself. If there was a 5-level difference, if you went into the game right now and saw a level 55 shield or a level 55 weapon, you wouldn't pick that up. So apply that process to the fact that when we were at 65, you wouldn't pick the 60 up. So weapons wise, be brutal, get rid of them. Artifacts wise, have an individual basis on merit because they can carry through levels. And then shield wise and grenade wise, by very, very few exceptions. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video on the process of how I go through my vault and what I delete. If you have enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the channel or joining us over on Twitch. We stream 5 times a week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday and Monday, and Sunday is on the official Borderlands channel. And otherwise, I'll catch you on the flip.